Hi, my name is Amy Conklin, and this is Module 13, the case study for A Good Teacher Turns Bad, Stress at Home Causes Problems at School. In this particular case study, we have a previously successful teacher who is now struggling and parents are complaining. The superintendent has been called and a parent-teacher meeting did not go well. The principal must now decide how to move forward in this difficult situation. The first step in problem solving is to identify the problem and to analyze it. In this case study, A Good Teacher Turns Bad, we know that we have Mrs. Wilson, the principal, and Mrs. Horton, the classroom teacher. Mrs. Horton is a seasoned first grade teacher and was the former Teacher of the Year in the district. Therefore, it can be assumed that Mrs. Horton has been an effective teacher in the past. Last school year, Mrs. Horton was having a rough time at home, which began to impact her mood as she often argued with other teachers. Within the first 6 weeks of the new school year, Mrs. Wilson began to receive phone calls from parents regarding Mrs. Horton's behavior. They claimed that she was verbally abusive, screamed at children, and was arriving late. Mrs. Wilson had already been in Mrs. Horton's classroom and had not witnessed any of the behaviors, and therefore she tried to reassure parents. The superintendent then called Mrs. Wilson to let her know that 4 parents had contacted board members complaining about Mrs. Horton's behavior. A parent then came to school and insisted on a meeting. Therefore, a parent-teacher meeting was set up and the principal was going to be present. In that meeting, Mrs. Horton became unprofessional and Mrs. Wilson had to stop the meeting. To further look at the problem identification and analysis, we need to examine what else we need to know. First and foremost, as a building principal, one must be well versed in the district policy when it comes to teacher evaluation, plans of improvement, leave of absence, and letting a teacher go. If I, as the building principal, were not completely sure of the district policy, I would want to revisit the policy and ask any questions that I may have regarding the policy. Although Mrs. Wilson has tried to have meetings with Mrs. Horton without a positive effect, we still do not know Mrs. Horton's perspective. We need to examine all areas, and that includes valuing a teacher and what she has to say. The principal has heard from the parents regarding their perspective on Mrs. Horton's behavior, but we do not know the students' perspectives. It may be worthwhile to talk with the students to get their take on how their school year is going. Now that we've identified the problem of Mrs. Horton's behavior with students, what should the principal do? In this particular case, I believe that Mrs. Wilson should ask Mrs. Horton to take a day off after the parent meeting did not go well. If, of course, that's within district policy. As the principal, I would tell her that I need to gather additional information and that I feel it is best that she takes a day to relax and to reflect on her behavior. I would then want to gather as much information as possible about Mrs. Horton's performance. I would also talk directly to the superintendent and possibly other members of the administrative team to seek their support and advice on this particular situation. I would then set up a meeting with Mrs. Horton to further discuss the concerns in her classroom and to hopefully set up a plan with her. Based upon the data collected and district policy, I would first try to resolve the issue by working directly with Mrs. Horton. If we could not be successful on resolving the issue, then Mrs. Horton would need to possibly go on a plan of improvement based upon district policy. Another thought that maybe could happen if the behavior was severe is that and again following district policy, is possibly the teacher would need to be put on administrative leave or let go. I do believe that in most districts, a teacher has to be put on an improvement plan before they can be let go. So, based upon that, the plan of improvement with Mrs. Horton would need to work on her behavior with students and to build a more positive environment. I would want to build as much supports as I could into this plan, which possibly may include a peer mentor to work with Mrs. Horton, and have high amounts of administrative presence in the classroom to monitor the culture of the classroom. I would also need to communicate with parents and with the rest of my staff at school. Confidentiality would need to be carefully considered when talking with parents and staff. Obviously, I could not share all of the actions that I would be taking, but would need to share enough information to ease any concerns that they may have. I would also need to talk directly to the parent who asked to have their student moved out of the classroom and let them know that other courses of action are being taken to remedy the situation. Often, after there has been a difficult problem, it is important to debrief and examine all of the emotional responses one may have had during the problem, and to also examine if there are any unresolved issues. As the building principal, I would have been disappointed with the teacher, but at the same time, I would want to protect her. I would have obviously major concern for the students in the classroom and would want to fully protect their learning environment. In this situation, I would want all of the people involved to know that they are valued. As a seasoned teacher, I would want her to know that I value and trust her and don't just want to discard her because she's having a rough time in her life. Instead, I feel that she should be given the opportunity to improve, given support. I would also want the families to know that I value each and every child that is in that classroom. I would want students to be excited to come to school and to not have to be fearful of coming due to a teacher's behavior. As building principal, I would also want to examine if there are any unresolved issues. Obviously, if Mrs. Horton was allowed to keep teaching under a plan of improvement, there would still be parents and students concerned and upset about that decision. There would need to be careful consideration on how to proceed and work with the families. I would also need to examine the protections that I gave to the teacher. Did I afford her a chance to give her perspective and to get better? A major issue that may be unresolved is the response from staff. Mrs. Horton has not been a team player as of late. She has become upset with her colleagues and is currently not supporting the new reading program. How are they going to react, and how can the principal continue to support a collaborative working environment built upon trust? As an educational leader, the building principal has to promote academic success for every student, promote the personal well-being of every student, and enhance the overall instructional capacity. So in this case study, how did I maintain each of these areas? To promote academic success for every student, the principal had to immediately work to create a supportive environment. This happened by communicating with all stakeholders in the case. This includes the administrative team, parents, staff, and especially with Mrs. Horton. Increased and clear communication with all members involved would hopefully ease some of the tension off of this difficult situation. If Mrs. Horton was put on a plan of improvement, then there would be an increased presence of administrative support in her classroom to support her as well as the students. High expectations from the building principal are paramount to the success of a school building. Just because someone is going through a rough time does not mean that those expectations are lowered. And in order to promote academic success for the students, high expectations must be maintained. A principal must also promote personal well-being. Vanderbilt researchers define a healthy school environment as having safety, orderliness, and that teachers have a supportive and responsive attitude to children. Hopefully, by working with Mrs. Horton, this healthy school environment could be regained in her classroom. I believe that by caring for a teacher, that then the teacher can care for the students. A principal should model the expectations that they expect to see from their teachers. Therefore, if the principal models care for the teacher, then the teacher can then care for her students. Principals must also develop a culture of trust in their buildings. By not moving to fire Mrs. Horton just because she was struggling and having a rough time, but instead of supporting her, there is a level of trust that is developed in the school building. Teachers cannot strive when there is stress and fear present that if they do something wrong, they will be fired. And therefore, the principal needs to show that they can be supportive to the teachers even when there is a struggle happening. Lastly, a principal must always strive to enhance instructional capacity. In this case study, the principal worked to collaborate with the administrative team, with the families, and with the teacher to build an action plan. There was also a balance that the principal needed to maintain between the concerns of the family and the protection of the teacher. To actively enhance instructional capacity, in this case, the building principal had to be supportive to all the individuals involved, which meant gathering all of the information and developing a plan to ensure a positive result for all members. As a building principal, I think it is important to value each and every member, which includes the families, the students, and of course your staff. In difficult situations, you're going to have to gather all of the data, analyze it carefully, and develop an action plan. But most of all, a principal has to be responsible for the educational environment for the students. And hopefully through this plan that I have created with Mrs. Horton, a safe, caring environment could be regained in her classroom. Thank you.